How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, brother. How are you?
Good, not too bad, not too bad. Where are you from? Which
I'm
part of
from
America are you from, should I say?
from Canada originally,
Oh,
but have
oh,
lived
my apologies. Sorry.
nah, none necessary, but have lived over the around the states for the last year or so.
Ah, okay, cool. Okay, cool. Whereabouts in the States?
I was in Texas first, and then Ohio, and then bounced between New York, Ohio, and California for some work projects. Now,
Oh, okay, cool. Awesome.
yeah,
So tell me a little bit about yourself. How come
where do
you've
you
been
want me?
bouncing around from Canada to America to Texas to Ohio? Tell me a little bit
Yeah,
about.
so prior to internet life, like
Yeah,
internet life for me, I was
yeah,
a
yeah. And for me as well.
yeah.
Trust me, and for me as well.
I was a professional strongman, so I used to be a lot bigger. Um, I competed as a professional strongman and owned a gym in Canada for about a decade. Um, at my gym, I ended up coaching a lot of strength athletes, obviously, but a lot of combat sport athletes as well. So
Interesting.
I originally went to Jackson Wink MMA, wrote a book with one of their striking coaches, um, then went around to a few different places in the States working, got recruited to a gym in Texas called On It, did some stuff there, then went to, have you heard of Westside Barbell?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So Westside Barbell has more world records in powerlifting than any country in the world by itself.
Wow.
So I went to Westside as their director of education, and I still do stuff with Westside and with bodybuilding.com now.
Awesome. Awesome. So how old are you?
I'm real old, man. I'm 36.
You're not old. That's
I'm
not
like
old. That's not old. Come on, man. That's not
I'm a
old.
grandfather basically.
Okay, you might be a grandfather, but you're not old. You're
Uh,
not old whatsoever. Okay,
but
cool. So then, what have you been doing? So you've been doing all of the gym stuff before joining the real world,
oh yeah, and I joined the real world. To be honest, at first, strictly because I was interested in learning about crypto. I was
right?
like, okay, crypto's cool. I actually bought in like 2013, bought 5 grand worth of Bitcoin, knew
Nice.
nothing about what was going on.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the guy who ran the largest Canadian exchange went to India and disappeared, was claimed dead. So everybody who had their money on that exchange, it was like hundreds of billions,
Oh,
disappeared, including mine. So I was like, that sucks. But joined the real world strictly because I was curious about crypto. But once I got in there and started, I did all the cryptocurrency, all of the course, all of the lessons,
yeah,
built a system. The investments in that have been going wonderfully.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but
They
then
are good.
started, yeah, but started then looking at the e-commerce courses, some of the other courses. Like it's been astounding to me. Like I've
Mm,
probably spent over the last decade 130 to 150 grand on courses, mentors, programs, whatever.
mm.
And genuinely for $50 a month, or I guess it's 100 now, the
Yeah,
the
yeah,
the real world blows all of that away by miles. It is, even if you didn't use any of the live calls, even if you didn't post anything, even if you never asked a question, just the courses,
yeah.
the value is obscene.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. It's super. I can't. I say it all the time because I can say it, but I can't stress enough how beneficial it is for everybody to just go on there and just even find a course that actually resonates with you. Find a course that actually goes with you because there's so many in there, and they're all beneficial. Like in this day and age, right now, they're all massively beneficial.
They're gangbusters.
Yeah,
It you wouldn't have been able to convince me there was that level of value within the real world for the price point, because
yeah.
it doesn't compute. If you
Yeah.
were like, you're going to get this much value for $50, I would be like, nah.
Nah. There's a catch. There's a
Yeah.
catch somewhere along the line. Yeah, exactly.
It reminds me, right before COVID, I was in Colombia, like just exploring, and I was sitting in a Russian bar, and this guy selling cohibas on the street came up to me, and we're speaking Spanish, but he's like, "Hey, I've got cohibas for sale." I'm like, "Okay, what do they cost?" He's like, "A box of them is $20." I'm like, "All right, bro, listen, I'm going to give you a secret to selling this to people. That box is worth $500, the box that you're holding. if it
Yeah.
were real. He's like, it is real. I'm like, of course. But just so you're aware, if you came up and you told me you were going to sell it to me for $200, I think you might have a connection that's like pulling these out of the factory somehow and getting me this box. When you tell me it's 20, I know it's garbage.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about the real world price when I got in there. I'm like, this is
Oh,
crazy.
that's,
The price is so low, I
yeah.
wouldn't have believed it.
You wouldn't have believed it until you got into it. Yeah. Exactly. When did you join?
Maybe 3 months ago.
Oh, okay, cool. Wow. So you're not like you've not been in there too long.
Not at all, but Speed ran the cryptocurrency course and then the e-commerce. I've sold stuff online for a long time, but always information products.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I actually have a donation to the real world that I'd love to bounce off you before we end the call.
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
Um, but had an idea for a physical product that I've been working on for a long time. I was like, okay, I'm going to check out the e-commerce course and see if this can help me get a physical product website up and running.
Hmm.
And goddamn, what would have taken me, I think, 4 to 6 months, probably took me a week, 8 days, following that course to build out
To
the
build. Yeah.
site. Like it, you're if I'm if I'm if I did my research correctly, you were a British and European kickboxing champ. Is that correct?
3 times British and
Three
European.
times. Okay. Where in the world are you right now?
Dubai.
Dubai. Okay. Because
Yeah.
I've seen videos of you in Romania sparring with the Tates, right?
Yeah.
Do you go back there often for that?
I literally live with them. I actually live with the boys. We all live together as a team. So there's me, Marcel, obviously Andrew and Tristan. There's Yusuf that comes in and out, Rory that comes in and out, um, and Bailey. So
Whoa.
we all live in the one house.
So you will be back there regularly then?
I'll be there. Well, to be fair, I'm here to for work. So I'm here to do because I do personal training. So I teach kickboxing, and I teach like general physical fitness, strength and conditioning. So we all came together in January, February this year, and we stayed for a while. And I got a few clients, and I've got a few clients in Romania as well.
Yeah.
But like the finances and building businesses and stuff over here is so much better. The networking is so much better
Yeah.
with the people that I really want to speak to and the people that I really want to resonate with and how I want to build certain businesses that I've got going on at the moment. So I came back here before the boys come here. So the boys will be coming here in October and we'll all be together again. Because when we was here earlier on in the year, we was all in one house. We're all in one house all the time. So we're all in one house all the time. I met Andrew and Tristan 20 probably 22, maybe 23 years ago in the kickboxing gym.
That makes sense.
So I was there first. I'm just turning this down. I was there first, and then Andrew and Tristan came afterwards. So I knew them when they were like 15 and 17.
Unreal. Okay, so this is if you are interested, this is solely a gift. Um, right now, the only people who have what I'm about to show you, you're familiar with the name Arthur Beterbiev?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. So, yeah, he's an actual G boxer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I know who he is. Yeah.
what I'm about to show you, Beterbiev has one. The UFC Performance Institute has one, and as of tomorrow, Bas Rutten will have one.
Right.
But I sent one of these to I guess, your address as well in Romania. But if you are interested in getting one of these, I will send one to you as a gift. This is the physical product I use the e-commerce course for. So the way this works, it sits on a landmine like a barbell. You know
Yeah.
when you're training and you're punching.
I know what that is. Yeah, go on, go for it. Go.
Yeah,
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 tell
yeah.
me. I think I know what it is. Go on.
So this sits on the end of the landmine, and as you punch with it, you can actually turn. So there's
Wow.
resistance built into this to
No.
turn over the top of a punch.
Yeah.
So I invented this, patented it. Um, And to be honest, like I said, I'm connected through Westside Barbell to a decent amount of world champs, and I've worked with a decent number of world champions in boxing.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm like, okay, who would I like to get this to? So Better Biev's team asked for one. The UFC Performance Institute asked for one. I'm interested in working with Bas Rutten, but in my head, I was like, the Tates. Like if I could work
We've
with
got,
anybody on the planet.
yeah, we've
So
got
I
to have one of
sent
those.
one. I sent one to that address. I have no idea. Like I
How long ago?
assume how long.
How long ago did you send it?
It probably arrived 2 or 3 weeks ago. I just got the actual fully manufactured models.
Right.
But this is super dorky. So don't judge me too hard. You know how the kids do like a comic book?
Yeah.
I went to a comic book shop and had somebody design a comic about them getting the handle.
Nice.
But I sent one of the handles and a comic to
And
the
it goes
resident.
with them. Okay, cool. So they might have, the thing is, they might have it already. I don't know
Yeah, yeah. But
because I
if you
left.
want one where you are,
Oh
I'd
yeah,
be
I'd love one.
yeah, I'd
I'd
be
absolutely love one. I'd absolutely love one. And the thing is, I would use it.
yeah,
We
it's
would use it.
I invented this working with he was at that time the number one ranked cruiserweight boxer on the planet, who was a client of mine, and it was driving me like, well, like who am I?
Yeah.
I'm talking to somebody who knows. Like the turnover, the snap is
Mm.
it's the difference between like, oh, you hit him and like
Yeah, but you hit them. Yeah,
you hit him.
I totally understand it. Yeah, no, I'd love one. I'd
Yeah, I will
absolutely
get one in the mail today.
because that's perfect. I'll make sure I send you. I'll make sure I send you the address. We'll sort that out
Yeah,
at the end of the stream and stuff like that. But like I would use it for myself. Number one. Number two, I would probably use it with my clients as well
yeah.
because a lot of my clients they punch, but they don't. Like when I say turn your hand over, turn your hand over, turn your hand over, they don't necessarily get it.
They have no idea what you.
Why are you turning your hand over? So like, well, what's going on? Turn your hand over. Now you feel it. Yes, now I feel it. Keep on
Yeah,
doing it. Keep on doing it. Give me knuckles. Give me knuckles. Punch knuckles. It's like punching these two knuckles. And if you look at like mine and Andrew's knuckles, they're pretty much the same. A little bit deformed here, a little bit deformed here, because it's the two bits and pieces that you actually punch with.
absolutely. But
So
it's
yeah, no, I'd love it. I'd
cool.
absolutely love it. Absolutely
That's
love it.
cool.
That's thank you so much. That'd be amazing.
Absolutely.
And I'll tell you what, when they come here, because they'll probably have one in Romania.
Yeah, I
But
assume it's in a box at the front of like where somebody's like, "Yo, we don't know. Some random dude sent this here. Like it
they've
could be
sent
a
this,
bomb." And just like,
but they want to. I'm going to speak to them. I'm going to speak to them. I'll speak to them. I'll message them and see if they've received it. So yeah, that'll be cool. Because if they have received it, then they've got one there, and then I have one here when they come here. Because they'll be here in probably October. So I'm going to be
yeah,
staying here. I came early to just deal with some clients and do some business.
yeah,
So when they come in October, there'll be one here for them. That would be awesome.
that'd
So
be
and the
cool.
resistance as well. I'm excited.
I'm
I'm
glad.
probably excited. I'm probably excited. Yeah, I want to try that. I
I'm
want to try
glad.
that. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. What gave you the idea to do that?
Coaching fighters. Like I ended up as a coach strictly so I could make enough money as a professional strongman to focus on
Yeah,
my own training. And so I the names probably won't make a huge they probably won't mean a ton to you, but Louis Simmons and Bill Kazmaier were two huge mentors of mine.
yeah,
And honestly, learning from them and learning about the application from the gym to
yeah,
real life and how to get that
yeah,
became everything I thought about with the athletes I was coaching. Because and like I'm sure, same as you, I've worked with lots of people who are just like, I don't want to be fat anymore. I want big biceps. But
yeah,
when you've got somebody for performance, how do I guarantee that the work we do here
yeah,
matters when you're fighting for money, when you're competing for money, when these things count? And it drove me crazy that I felt like, cool, you can. When I was a professional strongman, I could press with a jammer as many pounds as you could fit on the bar almost.
mm.
But I didn't have explosive punching
Wow,
power. I could push somebody really far, but if I hit somebody, and I was 325, like I was a
A
big
big
dude when I competed
yeah,
in
you were
strongman,
big. Yeah,
and I could shove you across the room. And if I hit you, it'd feel like an impact, but it wasn't penetrating. It wasn't
penetrating.
like
Yeah,
flash
yeah,
knockout.
yeah, yeah.
And I was like, so it took me like 7 years to get to the point that I could manufacture this in a way that actually worked. All the designs, all the engineers, it was, it took
Okay.
forever to build in resistance on the turn because I don't
On the
just
turn.
want it to flop around. I want the
You need.
intentional, like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. It's awesome. So, how did like because you joined the real world, and then you went from you joined the e-commerce course,
Mhm.
yeah, and did that did your manufacturing of that have anything to do with you joining the real world, or was that just something that you was doing in the background?
This was in the background, but I used the e-commerce platform to start building out the website and the sales process. And
Gotcha.
it accelerated that so fast. Like I genuinely, I don't know, in different websites I've had, different gyms I've owned. If I'm putting up a website, I'm hiring somebody, I'm going back and forth with them. It's taking me 3 months.
Yeah, yeah,
And I literally clicked the e-commerce course, just went, okay, what are they telling me? Boom, 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 and
yeah.
had
Done, done.
90% of it done in days.
Yeah,
It's the same thing with the crypto campus. So
yeah.
did all the lessons. The professor is constantly talking about thinking fast and slow. Like he's got the
Mm.
book on the shelf behind him. I'm like, well, I should read that, I guess.
Yeah.
Went and read the book. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna take what I learned here. I'm gonna take what I learned in this book, and I was like, I'm gonna take 3 grand, like money that if it fell out of my pocket tomorrow and caught on fire,
You
like I
wouldn't
wouldn't
worry.
be happy,
Yeah,
but fine. And I think I've made two trades, and
yeah.
that 3 grand is now 12.
Wow.
And it is solely because of the lessons in there, just equipping me with the ability to go make a decision. And I understand that Professor Adams always making fun of people for only following his signals. Um, and I think they're great. But I took it like, okay, if he's provided me this information, my risk tolerance, my position is different than his. What I want out of this is different than him.
Yeah.
I'm willing to gamble all of this. Like I've lost more playing blackjack in an hour, having a bad night. I'm like, whatever.
No, don't get me wrong. I've lost more than playing poker. I know that feeling.
Yeah, it's like
I know
fun.
that feeling.
I'm like,
So
I'm gonna go test it. I'm gonna take this information I now have. I'll test it. And it's the this almost sounds cliche, but the the transfer from the real world into the real world is
mm,
almost 100% correlation. And
yeah.
I've never seen that on an education platform anywhere ever.
The thing is, you don't get it. I mean, I went to college and university for 7 years, and what I learned in 6 months, like the 7 years seemed like a kind of waste. To be fair, it wasn't a waste, and I'm gonna say that because what I studied graphic design. I studied something totally different there, but teach me about business, teach me about marketing, teach me like about sales. Now I had a bit of a sales background anyway, but teaching me about e-commerce, teaching me about crypto, teaching me about AI, all of these little things that you can like you sit there and you study for like 6 months and it just far outweighs anything that you can get in there, and then you can instantly just go and start applying everything that you've learned, and then you just see the reward just coming back. But it's just the application. Just think about, okay, cool, I'm going to make this application, I'm just going to just do as per what I'm instructed to do, and I'm just going to apply it, and then let's see what happens. And it happens. It's so so good. So how long was it before, like, you built your e-commerce in a week? Yeah.
Yeah,
And how long was it before you saw that three turn into 12?
that probably took 5 weeks.
Oh wow.
Like
Oh wow.
I would argue, and since we've been talking about martial arts and fighting, I'm going to use this analogy. I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
argue
go.
conventional education is doing a kata in karate.
Yeah,
It's beautiful. And
yeah,
if you really deeply think about it, I'm sure I could, middle block and ki somebody in the stomach if I had to. But it's a it's a beautiful thing to learn.
yeah,
The real world is sparring.
yeah. Is the kumite style of the kata, because I done
Like
karate
it's
when I was little as well. So I used to do I wanted to do kumite all the time, which is the fighting style, which was when you cross over and do into fighting style of karate. Yeah. So you wanted to do the kumite, you wanted to do the fighting style.
I want to go in
Yeah,
there and I want to spar. I want
yeah,
the real application, instant improvement.
yeah,
Even though katas are
yeah.
beautiful. So that's probably the best analogy I have for what the real world is. Conventional education, you can learn katas and it's beautiful and it's a nice
Yeah.
experience and you might value it. But if you want to go out and crush things, you need to spar.
Yeah, yeah. So did you also, because obviously you went to the fighting style, but did you do your personal training as well, strongman, because you was a big boy. Did
Yeah.
you have that on your website as well? Did you do that on your website, or was it totally something totally different, or did you just
I've
focus on one?
completely changed it. All I want to do is sell the physical product at present. Like I've still
Yeah,
got clients I work with, but now a lot of what I do is essentially license my training ideas to companies like
mm,
bodybuilding.com and let them,
yeah.
like there's a few people I'll work with, but that's it.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, cool. That's awesome. So you're kind of like, you've just branched that e-commerce site, and then that's what you're working with at the moment. It's just everything on the
That
e-commerce
is
site.
yeah. So pushing that, like getting that fully running is
Mm.
the number one goal right now.
Oh my God. Okay, cool. So what would you say was, because it doesn't sound like there was a hard part of the journey, but what would you say was the kind of hardest part of this whole journey that you've been on?
Within the real world,
Yeah. No, just your whole journey. Just your whole journey.
oh
In terms
god damn it. Everything. Everything has been so goddamn hard. Like it when I was opening my first gym, um,
Yeah.
I fell through some glass doing construction, slit an artery in my wrist, almost bled out in the gym. Three
Wow.
months after that, I've opened my gym. So this is like you're the British champ, and there's a pro fight in your town. You
Yeah.
have to go fight.
Yeah.
So 3 months after I slit my wrist, there's a pro strongman event in my city where I just opened a gym. So I have to go compete. I pass out lifting a 360-pound Atlas stone. And I was one of the top 5 most watched videos on the planet for a week, almost dying. And
It's
that's
crazy
one
how
example of
yeah, it's
one
crazy.
hard thing.
It's crazy, crazy, crazy how people take that failure and turn it into a massive thing. But okay, cool. And you got through that, and then you got through that, so that was all good. So would you say your biggest breakthrough was actually joining the real world to basically support what you was doing?
The biggest breakthrough to me in the real world, humorously, is probably something I've never been able to find anywhere else. And that is the real world operates at speed and will
Yeah,
let you operate with as much speed as you want.
yeah,
I have spent my entire professional life in every direction wanting to cry with the turtle pace that things move
yeah,
and almost losing excitement and momentum because of it. Like
yeah,
the real world, you get to drive without the handbrake on.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's one of the things is what Luke says as well, is that if you have an idea, just go with it instantly. Don't write it down. Don't do anything. Just go with it. Just instantly, just go with it. And
Yeah.
it's so true. It's so true. And just make it happen. Just make things happen from there. So have you so obviously since building your e-commerce site, have you gained more clients? Because I know you said you didn't really want to work with too many, but have you gained more clients from that as well?
So hilariously, the only people who have seen the e-commerce site have
Mm,
been some of the top athletes and coaches on the planet. They're the only people who've seen it so far. and
Yeah.
100% of the ones who have seen it have been in for the handle I showed you, which is
Oh,
hilarious.
okay.
But
Okay, cool.
it has only been world class people who have seen it so far, and
Yeah,
all of them are like, "Yeah, this is hell yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah." So
That's
it's
awesome. You know who your target audience is then, didn't you?
yeah, and it,
You know who
but,
your target audience is then. That's amazing.
but
That's
truly, it never would have come together like that without. And that's I like to think I'm a semi intelligent person. I like to think I'm a fairly hardworking person.
yeah.
But if somebody were to come into the real world platform, it doesn't matter if you're intelligent or a complete idiot.
Mm,
If you just follow the material in front of you and do the steps,
yeah.
that's it. Like it is that comprehensive.
Yeah.
It is get do not be lazy. The
Yeah.
only thing that won't work will is lazy. Anything else will work. You can be half retarded. You will succeed if you just do what's in front of you.
Awesome. Awesome. So from your 12K where you've made, how much has that kind of grown from since that point? Because that was in the first 5 weeks that you made that. You turned
Yes,
that.
so I I've been in the real world for maybe 3 months. So I did all of that.
Yeah.
It was the last trade I made was about 5 weeks ago, and that's what took it from 3 to 12.
12, yeah.
And my assumption is if you and I talk again in 6 weeks, that 12 is 20 would be I would bet on that.
Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. Because it's also word of mouth as well. Because if you got the likes of if honestly, if you got the likes of Better Be of using it, who's an absolute monster, um, then any pro fighter, and I'm going to say put in a category as any pro fighter would see this as a massive benefit to them. Whether you're doing Muay Thai, whether you're doing kickboxing, whether you're doing boxing, obviously these guys, Better Be is a boxer.
Mhm.
Um, but even down to the guys in Muay Thai, even down to the guys in kickboxing, like in Glory, in One, in do you know what I mean? All of the ones in guys in the UFC as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's gonna be your main specific audience. So do you have a plan on how to kind of approach those people or to target those people or to attract those people into to see this, to see the product?
100%. So the big ones right now, having it in the UFC PI
Yeah,
is pretty significant. Bass Rutten getting his hands on it. It should be tomorrow or Thursday that Bass has his hands on it.
yeah,
That is my personal. That is a an introduction to the equipment that I'd really like regular people to have
yeah,
because, like, man, when I was growing up and I was first like learning about fighting, and I remember when I was 17, I started bouncing at a nightclub.
yeah,
And the thing I studied to be better at bouncing was Bass Rutten's old self-defense tapes. Like,
yeah.
if Bass says it, it's gold.
Let's
Like
go.
that, but making those connections and then just getting it into people's hands. Like
Yeah.
it's
That's
one
it.
of those things, once you feel it, you know. It's the same way the first time you hit and turn your knuckles into
Turn your
somebody,
knuckles in.
you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm gonna do that again."
Awesome. Awesome. So do you? I mean, obviously the UFC is going to be big. Do you have any kind of plan to kind of get it into the 'cause, like it could be used for absolutely everything. So getting into those boxers' hands, getting into the boxers' hands like would be another level as well because UFC alongside boxing because boxing obviously is one of the biggest sports
Yeah.
out there, then you could quite argue that UFC's on an X tier. Then you've got Muay Thai, but then you've got so many different divisions. You've got so many different divisions in there. Like you've got one series. So if you was to get it into the guys of the hands in one of those guys, um, Glory Kickboxing, uh, MT, MG, what's it called? These are all UK ones. MGT Global, something like that,
Yeah,
which is
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
people. Um, oh God, those are the ones that first come into mind with and Glory as well. I did say Glory. Those ones specifically, because you've got so many different athletes across the board in so many different weights.
Yeah.
Like it would explode.
I
If you using those.
I hope so. And part of the idea, and to be honest, if you when I send it to you, if you end up enjoying using it, working with somebody like you, going, hey, like, how do we partner? How do we work together on this?
Yes, yeah,
Everything, yeah, everything good in my career has always come from collaborating and partnering. Everything.
fun. I think that would be like I would use it, but I think the biggest marketing person in the world, I think, is Andrew. And if he got his hands on it, if he got his hands on it and he marketed it, it would. That's when it would. That's when I think it would blow.
And
Uh,
that's why I ended up sending one to Romania, because all I was thinking is, I'm sure this guy gets hit with everything all the time.
yeah,
I'm
but he's never been hit with something like this.
That's what I
Never been hit with something like this ever. Not that
and,
I've been in the house for 3 years. And I've never seen, I've seen gloves, I've seen this, I've seen that, I've seen everything, but nothing that I think he would like really enjoy using. I know that for a fact I would enjoy using. I know that for a fact all of the boys would enjoy using it because they understand. Like when we're saying to them, like take for example, the likes of Marcel. He's one of like Andrew's long-term friends as well. We all live in a house together. He's just started to get into boxing because we all spar together and stuff like that.
yeah.
So him using it, I'm gonna make him use it when he's here. um, so him using it would make him understand just that little bit more. Because when I was taking him, when we first came to Dubai last year, I took him on a pad and I was like, "Turn your hand over, turn your hand over," and it's understanding what that turn your hand over means.
Yeah.
Then that will build up so much strength between your wrists, your forearms, and your punching power as well. I can envision it in my brain.
But that's
Like,
exactly like when you look back, old 70s interviews of like the terrifying George Foreman. They're like, where's your power come from? It's like,
yeah,
comes from my forearms. Bruce Lee, train your
yeah, yeah,
forearms.
yeah,
Gennady
exactly.
Golovkin, better be all these dudes are like, yo, I hit with my forearms. And
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
it's exactly
People,
what you're saying.
people don't seem to really understand until they understand.
They look at a bodybuilder and they're like,
Yeah,
this guy must hit so hard. And then they
yeah,
get hit by a guy who knows how to turn his punches over. And they're
yeah.
just like, oh, that 165-pound dude just punched three of my ribs out the back of my body. What just
Right,
happened to
yeah,
me?
exactly. We sparred with, I think at the beginning of the year, we sparred with a guy that was probably 200. He's a big guy. He's one of the securities. And he punches, but he doesn't punch.
Yeah.
You've got the likes of me, which is, I'm what, 84 kilograms. I don't know what that is in pounds.
I think
Andrew's
it's 200 pounds. That's a big human with how lean you are.
yeah, so I'm about 84. And then Andrew's like 92 to 94. Tristan is 100 and he flutters between 105 and 100 and, well, no, sorry, 100 and 105
That's a big human.
kilograms. So like he's a big boy. He could punch,
Yeah,
and he
and knows how
he
to hit.
knows how to punch.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And Andrew knows how to punch. And when you're getting this guy's getting hit by Andrew, and this guy, when I say this guy's big, like he's probably about 110 kilograms, and he's getting like dropped by Andrew, and it's for fun.
Yeah.
Like Andrew's got 16-ounce gloves on. These gloves are massive, and he's getting dropped. Imagine if he had 10-ounce gloves on, and all you can feel when you get hit by Andrew is his knuckles.
Yeah.
You can feel his knuckles. It's just knuckles, knuckles, knuckles on the shoulders. Even when we're doing body shots, it's just knuckles in your arm, and like he makes people's arms go like sore, like for days. You can't move your arm. Your arm goes dead
Yeah.
because he's punching correctly. And he would actually love this. In fact, I'm not going to give this to Andrew because it would make his punch stronger, and that would hurt me more.
Yeah. No doubt. Keep it
So
for you for like
I'm
a year. And it's like,
I
oh,
might,
man.
yeah, I might give him a little sneak preview, but I'm gonna say no, it's mine.
Yeah, secret weapon.
You know what I mean? So, okay, cool. Right. Just quickly, have you heard of the TRW 2.0?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, what do you think? How do you think that will benefit you, and how do you think that would help you with what you're doing at the moment?
So everything I've seen in terms of some of the updates coming in, Like I think the wallet is a wild idea. Like
Yeah.
that's really neat to me.
Yeah.
All of the updates to me that I've seen every time it's, hey, you've got a new update, refresh this. All I'm seeing is more convenient ways to go faster again. Everything seems designed for speed. There's
Speed. Yeah.
if I were to look at it, almost reminds me of, and I know very little about this, so maybe this analogy isn't so great, but like F1 racing,
Yeah.
everything they're doing
Yeah.
is to go faster. How do we
Yeah.
make this go
100%.
faster?
Yeah. Yeah. A great analogy. Yeah. Because it is.
And that's all I see every time there's a change.
Yeah.
All I'm like, oh, I can go a little faster with this. I can move a little faster. And
Yeah.
that difference is so compounding to anything you want to accomplish in any direction. It's amazing to me. And I don't know how often regular people recognize that if you just moved a little faster, everything
Oh,
else stayed the same. Your
yeah.
trajectory, your rate of improvement, all of that.
Yeah.
But you just did it a little faster
Yeah.
over 2 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks. That
Yeah.
difference is monstrous.
Customers. Yeah, 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 absolutely, absolutely. And this is the thing. This is what kind of that's how Andrew works. That's how Andrew and Luke work. Luke's like, you got an idea, do it. Andrew gets up in the morning. He's got an idea. He needs to do something. He gets it done just like that. There is no there's no delay. There's no procrastinating. There's no thinking, okay, cool, I might do this, I might do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do this. And it's bang, 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 bang. And I think that's what he's projecting into the real world to kind of help you guys so you can move forward that much quicker.
Listening to you say that, that might be, if I were pitching the real world,
Yeah.
that might be what I'm pitching. You can plug in to the model that allowed Andrew, Tristan, Luke, all the professors to do
Yeah.
what they have done, because everything they've done has been about real results,
Yeah.
measurable.
100%.
Can I fight this person and win? Can I
Yeah.
take this amount of money and turn it into this amount of money? Can
Yeah.
I change my reality?
Yeah.
And
100%.
that only happens with speed.
Yeah.
Like it's
You need to do things now. You need to act now. Like we're saying to people to act now, to do all of these other bits and pieces, and then you want to procrastinate over it, you'll be late.
you won't. Not
Difference.
only will you be late, you won't get there. I just took my daughter skydiving.
Oh, wow.
From
Okay.
an airplane analogy, the runway is X amount long.
Yeah.
If I cover that distance at speed, I get off the ground. If I cover that distance slowly, I do not get off the ground. Even
Yeah.
though we both went the same distance in our plane,
Yeah.
if I'm not moving fast, I don't get lift.
After, yeah. 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 100%.
The real world allows you to
To get
hit the runway at speed so you get lift.
lift straight away, you go up
Yeah,
trajectory.
you go
Yeah,
up.
that's amazing. That is that again. Analogies that you use, they're actually perfect analogies. They're
Yeah,
actually every single one has been absolutely on point.
I think that's the biggest thing about it. Like
Yeah.
there are a million ways you can get this information. You
Yeah.
could you could like I say that to people about training. Like they hire me, they pay me, they do whatever. I'm like, just so you're aware, you could get this information on your own. Like I
Yeah.
am not the like some kind of wizard or a wizard character who's created this. But
Mm,
if you hire me, I get you that information immediately. The most
mm,
applicable information immediately to you that you can implement.
mm.
The real world, paying for speed of this information, paying for speed implementing it, is worth 10 times what the real world costs at least, because
Yeah.
you cover the runway at speed and you get lift, as
Mm.
opposed to all the people who are like, well, I went from the start of the runway to the end of the runway. It's like, yeah, it took you 4 hours. Plane did this in 7 seconds. That's why it's
Yeah, then I'm up. Yeah, yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. Okay,
yeah.
so what's your in you said in what did you say? In, if I speak to you again in
If we
6
talk in 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, 100% that 12 is 20.
Excellent, excellent. And you had obviously you've got yourself a plan to get there. And I like I say, I just think that is going to be so beneficial for every single fighter, especially the younger fighters coming up, because we didn't necessarily have that when we was fighting. We didn't have this technology. We didn't have these kind of things to help us with it. So all of these younger fighters, I've got a boxer in my brain who fought the other day who beat Dillian White, Moses Atuma. It's a British boxer, but
I know exactly who you're talking about. That
yeah,
guy,
he's doing
he's getting
absolutely.
lift. He's coming off the
He's got
road.
lift. Yeah, he's got madness. But he's doing crazy things. And the thing is, if you get it to these younger training camps, I think it would help them to progress so much sooner.
Agreed.
It,
Agreed.
it will give them that lift rather than in the space of time we're talking, get to the under the runway. Okay, cool. If they're young, it might take them halfway, but I just think it will just give them that extra little bit so much sooner because they would understand more on what it means to turn your knuckles over. And
100%.
every single punch, whether it be an uppercut, whether it be a cross, whether it be a hook, you're turning those hands over rather than this whole which I keep on telling my clients about. Oh my God, don't give me that. Give me that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Give me that turn. Give me that turn. I want to feel it on the pads. And when they feel it on the pads, then they understand. But then it's getting them to mimic it over and over again. So if like take for example, if I was to have that product now, and I was obviously I'd use it first. I wouldn't let anybody else use it. But if I was to let one of my clients use it, I'd give them like half the session will be the stem just punching
Yeah.
with that. Go on then, punch. Understand what we're trying to say. Now turn the resistance up a little bit. Go on,
Yeah.
punch. Keep punching, keep punching, keep punching, keep punching. Do you know what I mean? And that would be that's in itself their own workout. That's it.
100%.
And what that does as well, it also creates muscle memory. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so it creates muscle memory. So when they've come off that machine, when they've come off that and they hit the pads, that muscle memory should be just stored in there. You're doing a half an hour of that, nothing else. I'm just standing here watching you, and all I'm going to do is just turn that little switch and just turn it up. That's all I'm doing, and that's the muscle memory that kind of they need and they can create if they want to actually learn quicker,
Absolutely right.
more efficiently, and kind of understand those principles that every single professional boxer applies in their career. Do you know what I mean? They might learn it at a slower rate because I know for a fact, me myself, when I first started fighting, I didn't quite understand about turning knuckles over until maybe 1, 2 years down, and then I got, oh, okay, cool, yeah, this is that, and then people just started getting dropped.
Yeah. The first time you clip somebody like that and you
Yeah,
feel it through your whole body, you're
whole
like,
body. And the thing is, you're not even forcing. Like a lot of people kind of force their punches. They try and punch as hard as they can, and they're not turning hips and turning their knuckles over. So when you've got this and you've got that, and they're just turning, they just understand it just so much easier. It's
yes,
just
sir.
so, I'm excited. I'm super excited. I'm super excited.
I'm glad I
Okay,
agree.
cool. One more question. One more question before I let you go, because we can talk for. I know we can talk for another hour or so, something like that. But I've probably got someone else waiting. But what would you say to your younger self or yourself that was traveling around before? Because it's taken you 7 years to develop this, you said.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what would you say to your younger self prior? Like you've just come up with this idea. So what would you say to yourself back then to actually move that forward to get that trajectory first up? That's a good question. I like that question.
Two things I'm annoyed with myself for not recognizing earlier
Yeah.
are how important speed is. Because
Mm.
I would always start fast, but I would start fast and then I would keep moving, but it would be like sprint to start and then I'm walking.
Then yeah. Yeah.
And if I could go back and be like, listen, bro, it actually gets easier the harder you sprint. It's not like real physical running. Mental work projects actually get easier the longer you sprint. You don't get more tired, you get more energy because you
Mm.
start. You start collecting momentum. You start knocking over dominoes,
Yeah,
and it gets easier to go. The other thing I would say is, if I could have found a way, virtually or in person, to get around people with more momentum, that's infectious.
yeah,
There's the expression, a rising tide raises all boats.
yeah,
And this sounds like I'm like bowing down before the altar of the real world, but I genuinely mean this. When you have an environment that is all about speed and action, and it helps facilitate speed and action,
mm,
and then within that environment, you've got a collection of tens of thousands of people
mm,
who are all trying to move fast too. Because if you look through the real world in any campus,
mm,
even if 90% of the people are struggling or not doing the work yet or haven't had a win yet, the 10% that is a huge number of people that day
mm,
who are posting. And the
mm.
next day it's another subsection of the group who's posting a win. And
And
you
then
get around those all the time. Yeah,
mm,
and it changes your attitude. If you get around a bunch of losers who are losing all the time,
mm,
you feel like losing's normal. If you
yeah,
get around a collection of winners who are winning all the time, you feel like winning is normal.
yeah, absolutely,
What's normal?
100%, 100%. And I would say to you, like the whole, like you said, what did you say first? You said, what did I get to
It
on this?
gets easier the harder you sprint.
It gets easier, harder to train. But you said something like this, but you're annoyed at yourself. I wouldn't be necessarily annoyed at yourself because if you would have found that route, then you probably wouldn't have found the real world. And do you know what I mean? And this is things kind of happen as a cycle, as it happen, things happen for a reason. So you found that route, you developed it, and then you got to the point where okay, cool, join the real world, and then it just blew, and then it's going to carry on and continue to blow. So at
And
the end of the day, it's the process that you went through. Everything's a process that you go through. So yeah, it's just that it's that growth.
I do agree with that. And I'd be way more annoyed with myself if it took me even longer to find it. So that
Yeah,
is the
now
now.
you can be annoyed at yourself. Yeah, now, but now you're in the right position to do everything correctly. So there is no more annoyed. You know you've got to move with speed, and you know you
Agreed.
just get things done and everything else. Righty then. Look, listen, I'm gonna love you and leave you there. It's been absolutely awesome talking to you. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not only am obviously gonna give you my details so we can send that, but
Yeah,
I'm also gonna but I want to speak to you again in
I would love that.
I'm going to speak to you again before the end of the year.
We'll do some updates. I would love
Yeah,
that.
I want to know some updates. I want to know where it's gone. I want to know where it's gone and who
Lift
it's
off. It's going up.
it's going up exactly.
Going
So I
up.
want to know exactly where it's gone, who it's gone to, and yeah, how you're getting on. I definitely, I'm going to speak to Ruckus at the end,
Deal.
and I'm going to I want to book another chat in with you so we can
Absolutely.
find that and we can sit here for another hour or so and just again shoot the
I would
breeze.
love that.
It's been absolutely awesome talking to you.
My pleasure, brother.
And yeah, I just wish 6 weeks. It probably won't be 6 weeks. It'll probably be a couple of months. So you've got a little bit more time, but I know you're
That's
going to move
perfect.
with speed. So
That means we go a little higher.
yeah, exactly. Is that you going to reach in 6 weeks? You'll reach 15,000 feet. Mine it'll be like 25,000 feet in a couple of months. So it'll be
Yes,
all
sir.
good. It'll be all good. It's been an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
Thank you,
And
brother.
seriously, I super look forward to like you you could probably hear the excitement in my voice about like this product, and I'm 100%. I know that once that comes into my hand, I'm absolutely gonna love it.
Well, like I
And
said, if I will get that in the mail today.
yeah, yeah, and like I say, it's gonna be a very very good like learning curve. If you can get it into amateur, junior, boxing clubs, kickboxing clubs, martial arts across the board, UFC, whatever, you can get it into the younger younger the club so everybody can use it.
Yeah.
That it will just blow.
Well, I'm
Absolutely.
your lips to God's ears. I hope you're right. I think you are,
No,
man.
it will. I'm telling you, it will. Because I understand it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's one of those things that I super understand it, and I super understand the kind of concept behind it.
I
And
appreciate it, man.
like I say, I teach this. I was in. I was teaching someone today, and it was like, turn your hand over. What do you mean? Give me knuckles. Turn your hand over. Give me knuckles. The client yesterday, same
Yeah.
thing. Turn your hand over. Give me knuckles. Don't punch like that. Don't punch away. You're gonna break your hand. There's a It's, do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if you've got a tool there, and you say, okay, cool, work with this. This is what I want you
Do
to do.
this.
This is what I want you to do. One hand until it gets sore, and then use the other hand until that one gets sore, and then use the other hand until that gets sore, and then understand. And then when you come to hit the pads, if you're not doing it right, you're gonna go back on that, and you're gonna go and do it again for another hour. I don't care.
Yeah.
I literally don't care because it's gonna be my hour of me watching you just do it,
Yeah.
and then I'll do it afterwards for an hour.
No
That's
doubt.
it. So yeah,
Got it.
absolute pleasure talking to you. Absolute pleasure talking to you. And yeah, again, a couple of months.
You got it,
Just
my man. Thank you very much.
wait a couple of months because it's gonna happen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.